100. Then came the code or institutes of Yajnavalkya, the Yajnavalkya Smritis compiled between AD 200 and AD 300, the Mitakshara being the leading commentary on this code. Next came the code or institutes of Narada, compiled around AD 200. If the Smritis constituted the foundation of the written text of the law, the Sadachar or approved usage supplied the unwritten customary practices of the people of Bharat. The unique and preeminent position of the Manusmriti is apparent from its opening lines. Unto Manu, blissfully seated with his mind abstracted from the world of the senses, came the great sages. Having worshipped him, they, conformably to reason and propriety, interrogated him. Chapter 1, Verse 1, Manusmriti, T.R.M.N. Dutt, Chaukhamba, Sanskrit Prakashan, Delhi, 1998. And Manu answered the sages. His answers became an authoritative reservoir of law, a systematic and cogent collection of rules in simple language of easy comprehension. They recast in convenient and accessible form the entire traditional law. All the Dharmashastras, right down from the Rigvedic age, copiously refer to the opinions of Manu, the primeval legislator. Later, texts repeatedly affirm that the authority of the precepts contained in the Manusmriti is beyond dispute, a fact acknowledged in decisions of courts as well. For instance, Lord Hobhouse said as far back as in 1899 that the most revered of all the rishis or sages is Manu. See L.R. Indian Appeals, 1899, Volume 26, page 113, para 5, Privy Council. Manu's code is divided into 12 chapters, and in the 8th chapter, there are stated rules on 18 subjects of law, which include both civil and criminal law. Sir William Jones, who came to India in 1774 as one of the first judges of the Supreme Court of Judicature of Bengal, learnt Sanskrit and undertook an authoritative translation of the Manusmriti. In the preface to the translated work, published in 1794, this is what he wrote. The style of the Manusmriti, has a certain austere majesty that sounds like the language of legislation and exhorts a respectful awe, the sentiments of independence on all beings but God, and the harsh admonitions even to kings are truly noble. The code of Yajnavalkya was founded on the Manusmriti, but the treatment was more logical and synthesized, particularly on the question of women, their right to inheritance, their right to hold property, and the like. Yajnavalkya, though a follower of conventional conservatism, was decidedly more liberal than Manu, possibly because of the then pervading influence of the teachings of the Buddha. There are a number of verses in the code of Yajnavalkya that bear testimony to the fact that the law of procedure and the law of evidence to be followed in civil disputes had made considerable progress. According to Yajnavalkya, the cause of a judicial proceeding arose when any right of a person was infringed, or any wrong was done to him by another in contravention of the Smritis or customary law. The Code of Narada, a compilation, has come down to us in its original pristine form. It begins with an introduction, and the treatment of the subject is in two parts. The first part deals with the judicature, and the second enumerates and discusses with clarity the 18 titles of legal subjects contained in the Manusmriti.